Tonight, scientists from SMU are working in the remote rainforest of Guatemala in an effort to uncover history.
Channel 8's environmental reporter Don Wall and photographer reporter John Prunk just got back from the city of Flores, where scientists are excavating the remnants of a great civilization.
The spirit of the ancient Maya, discovered in archaeological ruins by Texas explorers deep within the tropical rainforest, still lives in the people of northern Guatemala. It's a simple and primitive lifestyle, closely tied to the land and the river. The Rio San Pedro also carries supplies, workers, and News 8 into the jungle. The journey continues by truck. On trails so hilly and muddy, the truck gets stuck. Its own winch pulls it out. Finally, after a 2-mile hike, the lost Mayan city. 650 buildings in an overgrown area less than a square mile.
We know it's a capital. It's a capital of a major royal realm, and the name of the realm is Waka, meaning the stood-up place with water in it.
For the second time in 3 years, SMU anthropologist David Friedel leads 20 scientists, including students and dozens of local workers, in a privately funded project. Their goal, to uncover and protect the secrets of a civilization that abruptly ended 1,000 years ago.
This is an ocarina that hasn't been played in more than 1,000 years.
At base camp, workers carefully scrub the daily collection of artifacts. Like jigsaw puzzles, the anthropologists reassemble broken pots.
Look how good a shape it's in.
Yeah.
Look at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the interior.
Yeah, all scratched.
This is used.
Yep.
You know, this somebody sat there and ate out of this.
Lifelike figurines amuse and amaze.
Here's the head of the Lord. This is a monkey.
This was placed on the head of a large adult man who was buried almost 2,000 years ago, about a kilometer in that direction.
Slow, meticulous excavation reveals a picture of Maya culture.
I was very curious about ancient cities, and but I also like to dig since I was a kid.
So we're going at the same interval?
In a sense, archaeology can be like wildcatting, and Texans know about wildcatting. You think you know where the oil is, and if you get really lucky, boy, you're rich.
The Maya world was highly civilized, but their rulers also practiced human sacrifice.
This is the face of Balamzam, and this represents his mask. It's a god mask. His arm is here, coming up here, with his hand right there. And over here, he was wearing a belt with shells on it. All these are shells.
1,200 years ago, kings and queens wearing feathered headdresses and brightly colored costumes danced on these steps to summon the powers of their gods.
Waka thrived for centuries, but likely met a violent end.
Warfare, famine, disease, these have all been implicated, but we don't have final answers.
Now the lost city and its rainforest are again threatened by looters and squatters. These men have government permits, but illegal logging, along with agricultural burning, destroy thousands of acres of forest a year. Monkeys lose their rainforest habitat to cattle ranches and new villages.
We have a special opportunity in Texas to be partners in the development of Central America, not only economically, but also culturally and in the conservation of habitat and in the investigation of the past.
And this, what is this?
The Texas scientists, working with the Guatemalan government, believe the best way to save the ruins and the rainforest is to attract tourists to this remote and remarkable center of an ancient world. Don Wall, Channel 8 News in Guatemala.
The SMU scientists are working with the Guatemalan government to set aside 230,000 acres to protect the rainforest and the Mayan ruins. Fascinating report.
A lot of fun. I tell you, interesting stuff. I'm sure Don had a good time when he was up there with John Frank.